One of the things that worked the best for me since I started online was telling people how to do something and also sharing how to not do something. Because just as much as people like to see how you succeed, they also want to know how you failed. Because so they don't have to go through those same struggles, right? So I always call it the speedboat. Would you rather take the speedboat or would you rather take the rowboat? And get there very slow. It takes, like 6 months as opposed to 6 weeks, right? Or even less time than that. So case studies sometimes it could be a journey, right? It could.
So you mean but you're meaning case studies of your clients kind of thing, or
case studies of any type of content. So let's say for example, I was scared of doing a webinar, like Ruth Ann says. This is why I don't do webinars, because I struggle with that. So thank you for admitting that, because webinars aren't easy. But you could say, hey, this was my first webinar, and this is what happened. There was a blackout, which actually did happen to me once, and this is what I did. Just taking people through your journey. What happened to you, because they want to do webinars and they want to know what works and what doesn't work, and what if this happens, what if that happens, what if the power goes out. So that's what I mean by just taking people and documenting, of course, that it includes documentation.
And that brings me back to Colin Terrio, who teaches people how to kind of do that, and not necessarily in his Cult of Copy book, our group. He did a presentation for us once. If anyone was on the Bestseller Summit a couple of years ago, they'll probably remember this. But he talks about how our audience, like, we think maybe we're not the experts. Maybe we're on a weight loss journey and we want to share some of the information. All we have to do is be like one step ahead of our audience, right? You don't have to be the expert. You don't have to be the skinny mini or whatever. You just need to be able to share your experience, offer helpful information, be relatable, and be someone that they can look up to. You don't want to be a total train wreck as you do this. You want to, or you can be a train wreck, but by the time you share that story, you want to show how you overcame that problem and make it a useful story for them. So just be one step ahead of your audience.
Exactly. I love that. Weight loss is such a good time. If you're actually because I believe in that too. I would love to hear your opinion on this. I believe you and you said this earlier, to have interest in the topic that you're doing. Like, if I'm out to, get a six-pack and tell people about it, I'm going to document my journey I'm going to show my before pictures and my after pictures, and I'm going to say, oh, this exercise worked better than this one, or whatever. And hopefully by the end I have a six-pack, but if you don't, you'll have some results to show if you've been doing it through.
Yeah, I mean, you could start a business on stuff you're not interested in, but it helps if you have a spokesperson who could be that face, that's fine. But if you're doing this yourself, it doesn't mean you have to do all your own content. It just means you're adding your personality, your stories, and maybe perhaps you're using private label rights content, hiring writers, whatever it is. But you're adding that extra stuff so that you're more relatable, that you're offering something real to your audience.